What is up, guys? It's Carter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm gonna be breaking down my fix and flip, my first ever flip that I just closed a few days ago. I'm gonna try to break it down the best as I can so you guys understand the whole process of it. How I got the deal, how much profit I made. But if you guys are following my Instagram, which you guys should, so you can pause it and go follow me. It's just Carter Libas. Type it in on Instagram, follow me. I posted my check on there. And it's just crazy seeing big numbers like that, but I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. We're gonna break it all down. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so this deal was great, okay? It was great, but let me break it down for you. So how I found this deal first off. As you guys know, I think you guys all know, all I've been doing is cold calling. Okay, I call for about 3 hours every day for about 5 days a week, all right? And I actually came across this deal from a list that I pulled, it was just a Prescott mobile home list here in town with at least 30% equity. I pulled that list and this is how I actually found the property. So the property, yes, it was a manufactured home. But if you guys saw my last video when I kind of gave you a cool tour of it, I mean, those houses look crazy cool over there. They don't look like normal, mobile homes. I mean, it's a great community. It's an older community. It's super quiet, right by a golf course and also right by a lake. So the location was amazing. I talked to the seller and he was actually ready to move down to Bisbee, Arizona, okay? So it was a perfect timing type thing. And he had a certain number in mind, 170. If you give me 170, I'll go move. If not, I'll do the repairs myself, I'll fix it up and I'll put it on the market myself. We agreed to that 170, but let me kind of break it down for you guys. So I was actually just gonna wholesale this property, okay? So we locked it up for 170. I met him at a Denny's at like 10 a.m. on a Friday or whatever day it was. I locked it up. And I'm thinking, man, I'm gonna make a big wholesale on this one. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of that feeling where you get a property like real under at a really good discounted price and you're excited about it. And I sent it to one of my good buyers that I actually just kind of met with. He does a lot of deals around Arizona. And he's like, yeah, I'd probably take that one for $225. And I was like, $225? That's a $55,000 wholesale fee. I'm like, holy cow, like this is awesome. Like, yeah, just give me that. And I showed my dad this property as well. And we both took a look at it a little further and we realized that like ARV for this has gotta be around 300. So we were kind of thinking, cause he told me, he's like, I know you have this wholesale fee, but I mean, I know you can make 55,000, but what if we take this down together, we split it, we could possibly make more. And plus I thought of it as a good experience for me to experience a fix and flip. Kind of at a young age is kind of what goes in it, the costs and all that type of stuff. Don't get me wrong, it was very hard to turn down that 55,000 fee, but I did, obviously, and it, worked out pretty well, So we ended up just moving forward with that 170. Our deal was me and my dad. My dad, he's into real estate. He's got a few rentals here in town. I got Airbnb out on Walker Road that I found. That's that cabin video. We kind of figured out, if we can get it for 170 and possibly sell it for low 300s, that maybe we could both make 60, both make 70, who knows? But I was down to do that because I just know how good of an area that is, and there's not too much risk in that, even though it was very hard to turn it down. So the repairs that we did, I'm gonna try to get some photos popped up here of the listing, what kind of the listing was on Zillow, but for the repairs that we did, we put in new carpet, we put in new light fixtures, we had to put a new roof on it. It was kind of like a weird, almost like a older Spanish style roof. There's like a tile almost that comes like round like that, I don't know. But we had to replace it, and that was about $6-7 grand. We updated the kitchen, the vanities. They had these ugly green little tiles around the kitchen and the bathrooms. We got those replaced with white. We made it look really clean, really just simple. And the property was it was a very, very awesome little floor plan that it had already. So that was a plus. It's just a super simple open floor plan. So we didn't have to do too much, just make it look clean, make it look simple. And obviously the market is so crazy right now, there's gonna be buyers for it. So let's get into breaking down the numbers on it. So we bought it for, and I'm gonna try to, cause I was trying to make a video with like a whiteboard so I could write it down and you guys could see it, but I just couldn't get a good video of it because then you can't see the letters, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna just kind of tell you guys it, and I'm gonna try to put the numbers up on the screen so you guys get a visual aid of it and can see it and break it down in your heads yourselves as well. So we bought it for 170, right? We had about 2,400 in closing cost. And then we put, for repairs, we put about 20 grand in repairs, okay? So when we initially bought it from the seller, there wasn't a real estate agent, right? It was a cold call. So there wasn't agents, there was nothing. We did have to pay a little bit more in closing costs because in the script, we pay all closing costs, we buy as is, stuff like that. So we were all in about 192 after we took over the property and put the repairs into it, okay? Now not counting what we sold it and the flip and all that stuff. But when we bought the property and we put the repairs into it, we were about 192. Oh, and I almost forgot. Many of you are asking, well, Carter, you're 18, 19, how did you get 170 grand to flip the house? Well, we actually had a very good friend here in town. He owns a landscaping business called Zebrascapes. So shout out to Zebrascapes for it, but his name is Rodney, and he lended us the 170 to flip it because he knew how good of a deal it was, and we promised him we'd give him a good return on it. And that return was 10,000 as kind of like a holding cost. So we lent him 170, promised him that we'd give him 180 back, okay? And then when we went and sold when we went to list the property, we listed it for like 350, and we got an offer on it. We got a full price offer for 350, and we were like, holy cow! Like, yeah, that makes sense. The market's hot, but at the same time, we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna make so much money. But then they had it appraised, and it would have been like the highest sold manufactured home in probably Arizona history. I don't know. I mean, it was a very, very high. I mean, just the market's crazy right now. You guys know it. I don't gotta tell you. But anyway, the appraisal came back for about 330. So we sold it for 350. We got the appraisal back for 330. And since they were using a bank mortgage on it and it wasn't fully cash, we had to come down on price a little bit. So we ended up meeting at 335. Okay. So we met at 335. With the holding cost and we had about 16,000 with realtor and closing costs when we went and sold it. So with the 192,000, all right, so let me break it down so you guys don't get confused. So we got 170 purchase plus about 22,400 with closing costs and repairs, right? So we're 192. We're fixing it up, whatever. We agree to list it. We get an offer on it. We get it sold. So we gave Rodney 10 grand for lending us the money, and we gave the realtor 16 grand plus closing cost is about 16 grand, right? So we're all in about 218,000, and we ended up selling it for 335. So 335 minus 218 is 117,000 as net profit. And I know you guys saw on my Instagram, the check was 135. That did not include taking out the repairs. But what me and my dad did agree on is I funded all the repairs when we were making them, but he's giving me all that money back from repairs plus splitting it 50-50. So his in on it was paying for the repairs. So we're both gonna be making probably around 60 grand after we split it 50-50. Then plus I get my 20,000, around 24,000 back from the repairs that I funded. So this deal was crazy awesome. I couldn't have, I'm very blessed to be able to go through that experience and just how well it went. Obviously there's some things that come up, like we didn't know we needed a new roof and stuff like that. But I'm really glad that I decided to flip it with Dad because it was a good experience. And plus, if I can make 50, 60 grand on it and he can make 50, 60 grand on it, then, it's a no-brainer, it's family. And we can go and do it together. But the deal was awesome. We had James Mishner list it. Shout out to James. He's a great realtor. He got it sold really, really fast. So if you ever need to sell your home in the northern Arizona area, Arizona in general, wherever he can list it, reach out to James. He will get it sold right away. But yeah, guys, I know this was kind of like a sloppy video. I know I haven't made a video in a while. I just wanted to come on here and kind of, I'm gonna use this YouTube channel, whatever I'm doing, whatever things that I'm doing, I'm just gonna give a video on it, just so you guys keep track of what I've been doing. So the final sense of it, of the property, we're all in, 218, sold, 335, around 115 to 117 was the net on this deal. Well over 6 figures for my first flip. It's crazy, guys. I'm actually almost at 200,000. This will put me at like 180,000, I believe, with this flip. I actually just assigned a really big one, and he actually put earnest money on it, a big assignment fee. Once that closes, I'll give you guys an update on that. That'll put me actually well over 200. So I mean, this business is crazy, guys. You know, please comment questions, future videos of what I want to do, or what you want me to put out there for you guys. But all I can say is just stay consistent, guys. It's crazy what can come out of cold calling. And if you guys just stay consistent, you'll find so many deals. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like. Go follow my Instagram, subscribe to the channel. I'll have more videos coming out soon. I appreciate you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.